Good day, folks, and welcome back to section two of our payroll tax series. As we discussed last time, we were going to cover today on section two what is considered or called, referred to as additional payroll taxes. What are those additional payroll taxes? Where there's actually four of them. Number one being additional Medicare taxes. Number two being state income taxes. Number three being state unemployment tax. And number four being local taxes. We're going to go through each one and pretty much expand on each one as we go along. Number one, additional Medicare taxes. Well, what are those? It's somewhat simple, somewhat complicated. uh, Employees, no matter who you are, uh, if you earn more than a certain amount of money, then you are subject to this additional Medicare tax. This Medicare tax is 0.9% of your income once you pass a certain threshold. What are those thresholds? Well, for 2023 tax year, they are the following. If you file single, that threshold is $200,000. So any income you make above $200,000 is subject to an additional 0.9% tax. If you are a married person, but you file as single, married filing single, any money you make above $125,000 is subject to that additional Medicare tax. If you are a married couple and you file jointly, married filing jointly, the threshold then becomes $250,000. And anything you make above that is subject to that additional 0.9% additional Medicare tax. Now, the second uh, uh, tax to be covered is state income taxes. Now, depending on which state you live, you may or may not be subject to this. Along with Washington, D.C., excuse me, I should say it differently. Washington, D.C., as well as 43 of the current United States, actually have a state income tax. And the as similar to the federal income tax, the more you make, the more that tax may be. You need to consult your tax professional, tax preparer, in order to know what those percentages would be. The third additional tax would be the state unemployment tax. Much like the federal unemployment tax, the state unemployment tax usually follows the same thresholds of 7,000, the first $7,000 that you make. Anything above that, the employer doesn't have to pay uh, uh, any additional tax for. The fourth one will be local taxes. Again, depending on where you live, your city or your municipality may impose an additional income tax for the municipality, for the city itself. In order to know what those would be, again, you would need to contact your tax professional to inquire more. Um, One more detail: state unemployment taxes, much like the federal unemployment, only the employer is liable for that. State income taxes and local taxes, the employee is responsible to pay those, but the employer is responsible for withholding those. The employer does not need to match that, like was the case with uh, Medicare and Social Security taxes. So, very important that you keep those in mind. If you're an employer, you're responsible to withhold, but not pay local or state, excuse me, not match local or state income taxes. But you are, as an employer, required to match Medicare and Social Security. And that is it for our second segment on payroll taxes. If you have found this video to be informative, if you like the information you got here, please make sure to like this video, share this video, and we'll see you next time. God bless you.